On this episode of Power and Grace, the 2015 Georgia Gymdogs.
Players.
Georgia has to win over 18th ranked LSU.
I'll try to improve from last year to this year, and we'll see how everything goes.
Dogs on top, 1-0.
Coming out of LSU, I think that as we prepared for that meet, our confidence level was just building, and going into that meet, we genuinely felt that we had the ability to go in and win. And I think that having that mindset is the first step to being great and going where this team is going.
We did really well on vault, but we didn't have those 3 other events as strong as we are capable of. And I think the biggest thing is, now that we know we're capable on vault, and we've shown in other meets that we're very strong on all the other events, so we just need to put everything together and keep focusing on the very small details so that the judges can't take anything.
UNC is not that high-profile SEC dual meet, but we also understand that going into North Carolina, this is an amazing opportunity for us to put a full competition together and to get an amazing road score. And we talked a lot this week already about just being catalysts for each other and sparking that energy. And it starts with one person, and it's contagious throughout the team. And in a meet, you just start with the first person in the lineup, and that spark continues through the 6th person and through all 4 events. So I think that we're just extremely excited to get back on the road again for the 3rd week in a row and carry our team energy into a foreign arena and really show those people and those fans what Georgia Gymnastics is all about.
been coaching about 32 years now. While I was in college, I started coaching. The aspect of being able to teach and bring these young ladies along is something I could never get away from. I've coached from the little ones, 6 years old, all the way up through girls trying to be an Olympian. So got an opportunity to start coaching in college, and it was just the next level of being able to influence these young women into adulthood. And then the opportunity at Georgia came along, and it was just a phenomenal opportunity to have a great facility, great athletes, and a chance to win a national championship. Way to hold the end. Way to hold the end. I put you in about the same thing. Little balance check, and I still would take a quarter there. So about a 9.95 still.
Jay is chill. That's all I can think of when I think of Jay, is that he is so laid back, but has such a competitive spirit in him. It's a calm but competitive spirit, and I think that really helps our bars team, because it's really easy to overthink on bars and get ahead of yourself, and that's exactly what you don't want to do as a gymnast. So I think Jay gives us that calm edge to do our routines as we do in practice, but also gives us that confidence that we're ready, and gives us that drive that he knows that we can do it and that we're fully capable of doing it. So
stay aggressive. That's it. Good. That's it. That's fine. That's a stick. You've got to stay down, but that's a stick. It's straight up and down, chest is above your hips, exactly what you need to do, okay? Just keep planting the balls of your feet into the mat. The key at this level of college gymnastics is as much mental as it is physical. They've been doing these skills, most of their careers, for 8-10 years by now. And so mentally feeling confident and understanding that they've done the work. It's hard to get them to understand the balance of being prepared and not being tired, juggling everything they have to do here in college. So I spend most of my time just giving them the balance, the understanding that I understand where they're coming from, and even though the demands are high and what I require from them is difficult, but it's attainable, I want them to have some sense of accomplishment daily to build on, and that's where the confidence comes from. But even though the assignment may be hard or difficult, or they struggle at that point, I want them to end with something on a positive note. And if we can do that daily, then when we get to competition, we usually have a good success of being able to do what we train. Come on now. There you go. Stay aggressive with it. There you go. See it. Good. That's how you do it. Hey. Good. Good focus. So what felt different between that and the one you bounced out of and the one you took a little step on? The only difference is that you were going to do it. There was no doubt you were going to get up and do it. I saw you take off in the air, and I saw you look, and you knew it was there. And sometimes you just are trying too hard to do it. Don't fight it, okay? It doesn't go as well. You got to just trust that it's in there, get up in the air, and don't overcorrect. Know that you're doing everything right, because every dismount was good, right? Okay.
He has a swagger about him, a confidence about him that is just absolutely contagious, and that confident swagger attitude is what gives me confidence. I came over to bars to start training this year in December. It was Christmas, and I was beginning to swing bars again, and I was like, I don't really know. I don't know if I'm capable of doing this. And Jay was like, hey, you're a bar worker, and him telling me that day in and day out and telling me that I'm great is honestly the only reason that I am where I am today.
Good handstand work today. Feel comfortable, like it's easy? Getting really easy, isn't it? You're not even thinking during the routine? Just doing it, right?
Yeah, I just tell myself, like, all I say before I go is, like, lock it out. That, like, to me is, like, just do it.
Be sharp and quick? Good. There's a huge change in the way you get up here now since December. I don't know if you feel it, but you can see it. You can see that you're coming over here and you're like, okay. It's not, there's no question. And that's, yeah, I can see it. You should be very proud. Take it everywhere, right? There's no feeling like when someone's trains as hard as they do and they come out and they hit a routine the way they train, and the jubilation that they feel and the sense of an accomplishment that they have is why I do it. It's what it's worth to see that face right when they hit and they did exactly what they trained, and that pride that comes out. That's what it's all about.
They inspire our players.
Georgia has to win over 18th ranked LSU.
I'll try to improve from last year to this year, and we'll see how everything goes.
Dogs on top, 1-0.
Georgia looking for a solid bar routine right here from Natalie Bukulik. She mounts over the low bar. Nice handstand on top. So on. With a huge Jaeger. That is beautiful. Transitions down to the low bar. Heads back up to the high bar to prepare for her dismount. Giant. Full in and she sticks. That is a beautiful routine and Georgia's going to count that.
You know what? You're absolutely right, Kaylin.
Up next on the bar, senior Chelsea Davis. She's been very consistent for the Gymdogs this year. She mounts the high bar. Beautiful handstand on top. Huge Takatra, like always. She gets ready to transition to the low bar with a nice tight bell back up to the high bar. Another perfect handstand. She gears up for a dismount. And she sticks it. Wow, what a great routine for Chelsea Davis. And to finish up the afternoon on bars, junior Brittany Rogers. Brittany mounts to the bar. With a nice handstand there. Huge Aretna. Nice handstand again. Transitions down to the low bar. Back up to the high bar. Giant. And a double layout that looks like a great routine for the Gymdogs. On vault next, Ashlyn Broussard. Ashlyn approaches the table with the huge fall, and that's a great landing. She's getting very consistent with her landings. She gets great distance from the table and nice height. Brittany Rogers approaches the table with a 1.5 and a little hop there. I'm sure the Gymdogs are happy to have her back in the lineup.
Right you are, Kaylin.
On floor, Mary Beth Box. She always has great enthusiasm, and that's what the judges are looking for. She heads for her first pass with a big double pike and very clean landing. As you can see, her tumbling is very huge, and that's what the judges like to see. She goes for her last pass. That's a very strong performance for Mary Beth Bob.
I'm going to go ahead and have to agree with you there, Kay.
To finish up the meet, Brittany gets a little encouragement from her teammate Mary Beth. She mounts the beam. Looks very confident and focused. And her signature move, the Rogers. Dismount back here, spring full off the beam, and that's a clean landing. She's happy with her routine.
You know what? When you're right, Kaylin.
Take a look back, and you can see she finishes her routine very strong. Ashlyn has been very consistent with beam. As you can see, a nice solid flight series. Full turn is very nice. Acro. Leap. Gainer full. Nice. Look at that college stick. She throws her head back. The Gymdogs finish it off in North Carolina and look forward to heading back to Stegman next week.
We are absolutely some very strong individual performances. Ashlyn Broussard, both actually on all three events. She did very well. Brittany Rogers, I think, did a great job on beam, floor, and bars. Chelsea Davis, high score of the year on bars. So some good individual pieces. We need to continue to work on putting it together as a team and being strong all the way through. So looking forward to getting back to Athens next Friday against Bama for a blackout and continuing to get better.
Next week on Power and Grace, the Gymdogs return home to Stegman Coliseum to compete in one of college gymnastics' most heated rivalries versus Alabama. And Mary Beth Box takes us through her preparation for a home meet. That's next week on Power and Grace, the 2015 Georgia Gymdogs.